Hey there! I'm going to give everybody a few minutes to get on if we have anybody come on live. If not, I am going to have this uploaded to YouTube. I was challenged by my friend Tammy Bowley to do this class after we did a call this morning, and this was a topic of our conversation, intro classes. So we are going to be talking about these. I've been thinking about doing a post in our group about this for probably 2 or 3 weeks now. So I'm going to be talking about intro classes, how important they are to your business and to sharing with others, and how do you go about doing this? Why does it matter? Why is it so important? Why is it a focus? Hey guys, welcome. Thanks for joining us. No problem. Is that Dolores? All right, so intro classes. I'm going to be really honest with you guys. I stopped doing intro classes for a while. I actually didn't do them for a long time because we were focused on business classes and continuing education classes. And I think it's been one of the biggest mistakes that I've made in business, because this is how we built our business. So I'm going to flip the camera around here now so I can talk. All right, so this is how we built our business. We built by teaching intro classes. It was the first thing that I did. I'm an educator, so teaching classes was a very easy thing for me. It was easy to kind of think about how we wanted to share and do that. So I'm just going to share a few things that have helped me, I think, as an educator, and looking at it from that perspective of when we bring people into Young Living, we don't want them to leave in a year. We don't want them to get their products and not know what to do with them. We want this to be the foundation for a lifestyle change. And what's the best way to really do that? So one of the things is education. I mean, education is huge. Classes are great because they offer people an opportunity to come together and learn in a group setting. People learn differently. There are all kinds of different learning styles. Some people are visual and they need to see pictures. That's why I try to have some kind of visual, whether it's a PowerPoint. If I'm somewhere where I can't do a PowerPoint, have the Oil Revolution design booklets. I have some over here. Grab one. Oil Revolution design booklets that I pass out and let people look through. I also want to make sure that I have, I like using these because they keep you on track and they keep you compliant. But I also like to, I like to talk. I'm a theater major. My degree's in theater. I don't mind talking in front of people. I don't mind sharing information. So that comes very naturally for me. But some people learn by talking. So when you have classes, you've got those audio learners where they not only need to hear it out loud, but they need to discuss it with one another. So don't be afraid to let that happen in your classes. Another thing is some people are kinesthetic. They need to touch and feel and taste and smell. Now, if you think about this, we do a lot of Facebook classes. The problem with Facebook classes is it's really only hitting the visual learners. Audio learners that like to read and can learn that way, you're going to get some of them too, and they're going to interact in the comments and stuff like that. But the kinesthetic learners are kind of left hanging out. So Facebook classes are great for generating interest. They're great if you're in a busy time. They're great to either follow up an intro class to keep people excited or to lead into some intro classes that you have coming up. So, and it's also great if people are out of town. I mean, everybody's going to be a little different. So I think Facebook classes have their place, but I do not think that they replace in-person live intro classes. So get comfort. If you're wanting to do this as a business, if this is really something you're wanting to do, if you're really wanting to share, even if you're not sure about the business side, but you really want to educate people in wellness, the intro classes are going to be your bread and butter. Adam Green says it as these are, that if you're losing momentum, get back to the meetings, the home meetings. Mary Young said it as get back around your kitchen table, because you can say things to your friends around the kitchen table that you can't say in a big, huge class. So this week I taught an intro class actually had people that I invited to for the first time in forever. I did an intro class a few weeks ago for a downline member, so I do intro classes here and there, but this was actually one that I taught in my home, and primarily invited people that I have been talking to. We have a new network. We're in a new area here. And so I had a lot of people that were interested. Now, the way that I did this class was very different than how I started out doing classes. Not in content, because I've learned a lot, and I think that can sometimes be a hindrance to us. We've learned so much. There's so many things we want to share, so many stories we want to share. But when you're going into an intro class with the kit, that's 11 oils. You want to hit on things you read. You want to talk about how to use. You want to talk about seed to seal. There's so much information, and people are not going to come away remembering everything. So as educators, what do? We say, what do we want people, what is our ultimate goal? What do we want people to walk out of here knowing? If your goal is to have people walk out of here knowing one use for every oil and how to use it and all of that kind of stuff, you're going to have a very long class. It's going to be very instructional, and you're going to have a lot of content. And that's difficult. So what should your goal be? I want to challenge you to kind of change your mindset here a little bit. Your goal should be to have people leave here excited about oils and excited about making healthy changes in their lives. That's it. That's your only goal. So if that is your goal, it takes a lot of the pressure off of you. When you get out of a class and you think, I forgot to say this, or they asked a question about that, I wonder if I answered it correctly, or man, I felt like they just talked the whole time. I don't know that they even listened to anything I said. But how did people leave your class? Did they leave excited about the products? Did they leave interested? I'll tell you what I did in my class this week. And I'm not perfect. I talk way too fast, and I don't finish my thoughts. My husband gets on to me for this. So I tell him I do finish my thoughts. I just change direction in the middle and how I'm going to share that thought. So to keep you engaged in what I'm saying here. But one of the things that I did was I made sure I stayed within an hour. It was a weeknight, so I said I had invited people on Facebook. I'm going to be starting right at 7 o'clock. So if you want to come in, if I'm going to have snacks, try to get here a little early to get settled. I ended up starting, I think, about like 7:05. So I gave people a few minutes to get in and get settled. And then I started, and I flew through the information. The first thing I did, though, before I started is I had about 10 people here in my house, how many of you have used essential oils before? I had some team members here that had brought some people, and everybody but one person in my class had used essential oils before. Awesome. So they know almost everybody knows what essential oils are. I have a foundational knowledge of what my people know. Now I'm going to go into the class, and I might go a little faster because I have some people that have actually used oils before and maybe have a general idea. The one person that doesn't know, I'm going to be making good eye contact with that person. I'm going to make sure that they're engaged. They're looking kind of confused or they're looking disinterested. Then I'm going to say, hey, do you have any questions? I'm going to be checking for understanding. So I told them, I'm going to be going through this information really quick. I want to be finished right at 8 because it's a weeknight and I want to be respectful of your time. But then anybody that wants to hang out after 8, you are welcome to hang out and we'll chat and things like that. So I started going through the information. Probably went a little too fast. Probably had a little too much information. Passed the oils around like we always do. Stayed compliant. Talked about compliance. Tried to stick to a script. I go off script because I share my experiences, what I think about the oils and things. But I do have a script as far as how to talk about usage for the products because that helps me stay compliant. So I did all of that. I checked for understanding. Hey, do you guys have any questions? I asked, what do you think about that oil? Do you like that? When you have auditory and audio learners in your class, they want to talk about it. They want to discuss. And so one of them's going to say, I don't really like the smell of that, or, oh my goodness, I love the smell. I kind of gravitate toward that, or they start talking about their experiences or things that they've done to use the oils. And then you have interaction in the class. For some people, that might be kind of like, oh my goodness, we're getting off track. But the reality is people are learning from one another. They're learning through an engaged conversation. And for some people, that's the best way to learn. So don't be afraid to let that happen in your classes. Even if you don't get through all of the products, people are going to be engaged and excited. So if I get to the end, I'm like, hey, all right, I got to the end of my class and I had the 4 flex oils or 5 flex oils, and I tried to go through those really quick. and we're running out of time, so I will just say, hey, you guys can come up here and smell these on your own after the class, but I want to make sure I stay on time so I don't pass those 5 oils around, maybe. So there are ways to kind of cut corners. But what I want to tell you is super exciting. When I got to the end of my class, I had one person that had her daughter with her who's a school-age student, and so she, she hung out for a little bit, but she left. But everybody else stayed. I had people at my house till probably 10:30 that were just talking. They wanted to talk to me one-on-one. They wanted to ask about specific things, and that is where the real meat of your class is, because people want to talk to you. You bring them in, you give them basic information, so that guides them to, well, what about this? Or how can I use this in my life? Or how can I use this with my family? Or I wonder if this would be great for my uncle or my aunt or whatever. And you have an opportunity to really connect to people on a personal level. And your goal is to make that connection and for them to leave excited about the product. So then you follow up with them and you keep that excitement going. I'm not a closer. I don't say, here's how you sign up, here's what we do, I'll sign you up right now and sign people up before they leave. Some people might consider that a fault. I like to leave my classes open. I like to let people go and think about it. I like to follow up with them afterward. So they don't feel like they're being sold to. I'm sharing information. I'm sharing information with them that I think is helpful to them, and then allowing them to go home, think about it, and then make a decision about whether or not this is something that's really going to be good for their family. Because again, what we're wanting to do is help people make a lifestyle change. So what does that look like? It's more than just buying a kit. It's actually feeling confident, making that commitment to a lifestyle change. So I just want to encourage you, go out there and teach a class. I don't care if it's 3 people around a table and you don't have to stand up and present the way that I do. I don't mind that instructional style because I'm an educator, so that's what I do. Get around the table. Do a little small group type thing where you pass it around. Well, what do you think about this? Use a script. Scripts make it so easy for you to share. And then share your stories. Share what you think about each oil. Have a compliant story on hand for each oil so that you can share that freely. And just share your passion and your excitement. There's a reason why you got into this company. There's a reason why you use the products. There's a reason why you're sharing them with other people. And that reason, for the majority of us, is not about the paycheck. It is about helping people change their lives for the better. And we believe that these products can really do that. So share that passion. Share it. Don't be afraid. Don't let the FDA stop you. We can do this. We can be within the lines and share and still have an exciting class and have people excited about the products. So I just want to challenge you to do that. If you have never taught a class, maybe you've never even seen a class, if you're on our team, reach out to your upline, reach out to me. We will come do a class for you. We'll show you how to do it. We kind of have a method of, we'll do one class for you, we'll do one class with you, and then we'll come and watch you and support you as you teach a class. I like to keep my classes small. I prefer to have 10 people in my living room as opposed to a big group of 50 people. It's hard to check in with 50 people and go, is everybody really getting this? It's hard to talk to 50 people after a class. My 10 people are going to get a lot more out of it than if they were in a group of 50. So we need more people educating. We need more people teaching. That doesn't mean you have to have all of the answers. Your friends, for the most part, don't care about chemistry. They don't care about all the details. They care about your experiences. They care about what you think. They're going to care more about what you think than what I think and my experiences, because they don't know me for the most part. I don't think your friends know me or your family. They don't know me. They know you, and they love you and trust you. So don't be afraid to do it. I believe that you can do it. Everybody has the ability to open their mouth and share what they know. So that's my challenge to you guys. Go out. Remember, kits are 10% off this month in February. So this is the month to really reach out because it benefits everybody to get the information out there and start signing people up this month. So love you all, and I hope that you have a great day. And let me know if you book a class. I want to know. I want to know that you're going to do this, and I'm going to be cheering you on. Talk to you guys later.